39 interesting facts about Adolf Hitler. 1. A 2018 study of Hitler's teeth held in Moscow claims to prove he died after taking cyanide and shooting himself in the head in 1945. The researchers reached their conclusion after they were given rare access to fragments of Hitler's teeth which have been held in Moscow since the end of World War II. 2. In 1932, Winston Churchill went to a hotel in Munich 2 days in a row to have tea with Hitler. Hitler stood him up both times and the two men never met. 3. Hitler also invited Czechoslovakia's president to Berlin on 14th of March 1939, and he also kept him waiting for 4 hours while he finished watching a film. 4. The place where Hitler killed himself is now a children's playground. The playground is 28 feet above Hitler's concrete bunker in Berlin. 5. Allied forces hired a makeup artist to draw sketches of Hitler in various disguises. In a series of altered photographs reportedly created for the US government, Hitler sported a beard, he had glasses, is bald, and part of his hair is done differently. 6. Hitler was a big tax evader and was even fined by his own government in 1934. He then got the tax department to declare him exempt from taxation. 1 year after becoming chancellor, the tax office of Munich sent Hitler a fine of 405,494 H-marks for not paying taxes nor properly declaring his income. Hitler responded by ordering a state secretary of the Ministry of Finance to intervene, which resulted in Hitler becoming totally tax-free. 7. 20 babies born in Britain since World War II have been named Adolf. Before the war, there were 320 Adolfs registered in England and Wales, but the name became less popular in the years following the conflict. 8. Adolf Hitler was the first European leader to ban human zoos. The last zoo was in Belgium in 1958. 9. Anophthalmos hitleri is a blind beetle found only in 5 caves in Slovenia. Named after Hitler in 1933, it is now endangered due to collectors of Nazi memorabilia. The Eiffel Tower was inaugurated the same year Nintendo was founded and Adolf Hitler was born, that's in 1889. 11. Hitler married Eva Braun less than 40 hours before they died. Hitler and Braun were married in a small civil ceremony within the foreign bunker. The event was witnessed by Joseph Goebbels and Martin Bormann. 12. Hitler killed his dog with a cyanide capsule. He also shot the 5 puppies and buried them with their mother. Hitler expressed doubts about the cyanide capsule he had received through Heinrich Himmler's SS. To verify them, Hitler tested one on his dog Blondie, which died as a result. 13. In 1939, Adolf Hitler's nephew wrote an article called "Why I Hate My Uncle." 14. Hitler himself was never elected by the people. He lost the presidential election, but the Nazis formed a coalition that got them enough seats to demand the position of chancellor for Hitler. Paul von Hindenburg actually won the 1932 election with 53% of the votes, leaving Hitler with just 36.8%. However, in 1933, Hindenburg appointed Hitler as Chancellor of Germany, which later paved the way to dictatorship, Nazi rule, and war. 15. Adolf Hitler was member number 555 in the Nazi Party, but the party started counted at 500 to make themselves look bigger. 16. Adolf Hitler was obsessed with America's Old West. As a child, Hitler was obsessed with German author Karl May's adventurous tales of the American Wild West. Ironically, May had never been to America when he wrote these well-loved books. 17. When the D-Day forces landed, Hitler was asleep. None of his generals dared send reinforcements without his permission, and no one dared wake him with Hitler up. Crucial hours were lost in the battle to hold on to Normandy because of it. 18. Before the Holocaust, Hitler gave the US, Great Britain, and many other nations a chance to take in Jewish refugees. They all refused to take them in. 19. Hitler believed he was attractive to women, so he remained single for political gain. The German people were unaware of Eva Braun until after the war. Hitler and Braun were never appeared as a couple in public, and the only time they appeared together was in a published news photo when she sat near him at the 1936 Winter Olympics. 20. During Hitler's years in power, his book Mein Kampf was given away for free to every newlywed couple. It was also given to every soldier fighting at the front. By the end of the war, about 10 million copies of the book had been sold or distributed in Germany. 21. The German World War I soldier that recommended Hitler for an Iron Cross was Jewish. He was later arrested, then released by the SS once they discovered his identity. Hugo Gottman was arrested by the Gestapo, but released as a result of the influence of SS personnel who knew his real history. In 1939, he left for Belgium and again to the US in 1940. 22. Hitler never learned to drive, yet he spearheaded the development of the Volkswagen car. 23. In 1913, Hitler, Stalin, Trotsky, Tito, and Freud all lived within a few miles of each other in Vienna, with some of them being regulars at the same coffee houses. 24. Both Adolf Hitler and Osama bin Laden were announced dead on May 1st. Hitler was informed that Mussolini had been executed by the Italian resistance movement on the previous day. This presumably increased his determination to avoid capture. On 30th April 1945, Soviet troops were within a block or two of the Reich Chancellery when Hitler shot himself in the head, and his death was announced the following day. 25. Hitler planned to collect thousands of Jewish artifacts to build a museum of an extinct race after the war. 26. Alexander the Great, Napoleon, Mussolini, Hitler, Julius Caesar, Genghis Khan, and William Shakespeare all suffered from ailurophobia, which is the fear of cats. 27. The American Secret Service tried to spike Hitler's food with female hormones to feminize him. 28. Hitler suffered chronic flatulence and took 28 different drugs to fight it. The revelations came from a 47-page account compiled by his 6 chief physicians, each specializing in different areas of treatment, and of a 178-page report dated back June 12, 1945, which was compiled by Dr. Erwin Geisig while he was interned by American forces. 29. There was a Jewish Austrian doctor who didn't charge Hitler's family due to their economic hardships. Hitler had him protected and called him the noble Jew. The then 18-year-old Hitler granted him his everlasting gratitude for this, which may have saved his life when Hitler took power decades later. 30. As a child, Hitler wanted to be a priest. Hitler's mom was a devout Catholic, while his father considered religion a scam. In his childhood days, Hitler was enthralled by the pomp and ritual of the Catholic Church, and for a while he even considered becoming a priest, but ended up rejecting religion as a teenager. 31. Hitler only had one testicle. German historian Professor Peter Fleischmann claims to have discovered the results of a medical examination on Hitler after his arrest in 1923. The reports confirmed that Hitler suffered from a birth defect known as right-side cryptorchidism, an undescended right testicle. 32. Adolf Schicklgruber would have been Hitler's name. His father changed his last name in 1877. 33. There is no evidence to support the popular theory that his father's family was Jewish, but family DNA does contain elements common along the lines of Jews and Africans. 34. Hitler became incredibly paranoid after a food poisoning attempt and had a staff of 15 terrified young women who all had to taste his meals before he ate them. 35. After a few rogue Nazi officers almost succeeded in killing him in 1944, Hitler had 5,000 people executed in response. 36. Hitler was a big fan of movies, and some of his favorite movies included King Kong and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. 37. He collected Jewish artifacts with plans to build a museum for what he hoped would have been an extinct race after World War II. 38. Hitler was kind of a health nut, and he didn't eat meat, didn't drink alcohol, and didn't smoke by the time of World War II. 39. Hitler received injections of bull semen to enhance his sexual virility. For more videos like these, please subscribe to my channel. The subscription link is in the video description below. Subscribe.